you've heard us pay our respects, and that's mainly what we would like to focus on. But I was also so moved to hear one of Mama Winnie Madikizela-Mandela's granddaughters saying that she's dedicated her life on promoting the legacy of this great, great icon who we've come to lay a wreath at her grave, as well as to come and remember her. And I think you should focus on what the grandchildren of this great mother and leader of our nation has had to say. This is a wonderful day of walking down that memory lane. Anything else this morning, really, on this wonderful holiday, is completely irrelevant.
Mr. President.
It's completely irrelevant and could even be ruled to be out of order.
Like the NEC meeting.
Oh no, which NEC?
The boxing over the weekend.
Oh, no. We had a wonderful NEC meeting. That's all I'd like to say. We took decisions that I announced and summarized at the end of the meeting. And that meeting was all about focusing on what we should do with the coronavirus pandemic. And the NEC decided that we should speed up the pace of vaccinations. And I'm glad to say that that is now underway. And the Minister of Health will soon be announcing that now we've signed all the agreements and that we're waiting for delivery, and the vaccination program is now going to get underway with a great deal of speed. The NEC was very, very clear and firm on saying, speed this process up. And that is now what government is going to focus on. And the NEC also discussed the economic recovery process and to ensure that we recover the economy and we do everything that we've committed to doing after our Lekgotla. So that is also underway, and we will be holding a special meeting at the NEC just to discuss matters of the economy. And of course we discuss internal issues of ensuring that we implement the decisions that we have taken in the past at the Nazareth conference throughout the year, last year and this year, on the issue of renewal and uniting the ANC. And arising out of that NEC meeting, we have no doubt that the NEC, the ANC rather, is going to be on a path of unity and renewal. And I think that is what you, as well as the media, should be encouraging and focusing on, because the ANC is about leading this country to a much better situation in the interest of our people. So you can't say singenaphi. Ningena kuyo yonke leyo nto.
President, why is the Secretary General not at this very important event? And you spoke about how Mama Winnie is committed to the unity of the ANC here. Do you believe your project of uniting the ANC is currently at risk of collapsing?
No. The project of unity is what the ANC is about. It's not about to collapse. Actually, it's being turbocharged. It's turbocharged to another higher level of vigor, of full commitment throughout the movement. And we are serious about what the 54th conference charged us to do, to unite and to renew the ANC. I mean, the Secretary General obviously is not here because he's in Paris, in the Free State, and doing a whole lot of other things. You can see that not all leaders, the National Chair is not here, the DP is not here, the Deputy Secretary General is not here. So it does not mean that, you know, everyone has to be wherever there's an occasion of the ANC. I'm sometimes never at some of the occasions. And
Thank
the
you very
TG
much.
is there, and say thank you so much.
We have to go.
Yes.
Have a
President, are you not afraid that your detractors will club up against you and remove you in the upcoming National General Council?
No, National General Councils are not about removing or installing anyone. National General Council is about reviewing our policies, the implementation, where we are, and thereafter we hold our policy conference, and thereafter we hold a leadership election conference, which is in 22. Samkelo, I invite you to be there.
Thank you very much, President. There was the President.
President Cyril Ramaphosa speaking to us there on the sidelines of the ANC's memorial here at Mama Winnie's gravesite. Some candid comments from the President there regarding the politics of the ANC and obviously his comments seeking to portray a situation where the ANC is currently uniting itself, but we do know of serious divisions within the party regarding not only the Secretary General but also his allies. So from here we'll be moving to the Methodist Church in Soweto, and the President has centered his address here on the side of Mama Winnie's grave on the renewal and unity of the ANC. A few key comments that he made there, saying Mama Winnie would have put her own interests ahead, or would have put the ANC's interests ahead of her own interest, and remained committed to renewal, saying that during this time she would have been working hard to unite the ANC. The President also saying that he doesn't believe his project of trying to unite the party is at risk of collapsing, although admitting that the party is currently facing a very difficult time with some of its internal battles. So he said that he's also not worried about people removing him at the National General Council, saying that leaders are only elected at the National Conference, which will be in 2022, and the National General Council is only a review. So in short, the President downplaying some of the concerns around the issues within the ANC. We're off to Soweto now, but it appears clear that he wanted to drive home the message today that the renewal of the ANC will go forward, and he's calling on all members to put their personal interests aside and focus on uniting the party.
No, I mean, as we see those visuals of members of the ANC walking out Govan Wills, I just want to reflect also on what the Johannesburg Mayor, Jeff Makubo, had to say. There's been a lot of contention around the renaming of, Willem Nicol Drive to Winnie Madikizela-Mandela, but also the Cape Town International Airport to Winnie Madikizela-Mandela, and we see that being heavily campaigned for by the EFF. But of course, the mayor, they're making mention that they're right next to that road. That's where the Fourways Memorial Park is situated, next to the Willem Nicol Drive, that it seems it's still in conversation that the road might be named under Mama Winnie Madikizela-Mandela.
Yeah, the mayor saying that they're actually in the final stages of consultation to concluding the process to renaming Willem Nicol Drive, Winnie Madikizela-Mandela Drive. It seems a done deal at this point. And what's become clear is that the ANC deciding to hold this memorial or pay tribute to Mama Winnie at a gravesite just a few days after that NEC meeting, and a few days after the Secretary General also held an impromptu media briefing following a planting of trees, is just to reinforce the message that the party does need renewal and that the unity of it is paramount. My reading from what has happened here today is that the president of the ANC remains firmly in charge of the party and is trying to communicate that the decisions that they took at the NEC, they do expect people to adhere to those decisions, again describing them as very important decisions that were taken, clearly making the suggestion that they do expect these decisions to be adhered to, and that of course would be by the Secretary General of the party. Ace Magashule is expected to step down from his position or be suspended. And he says that Ace Magashule isn't here because he's in Paris, the president says, or somewhere doing some things, but he says we shouldn't read too much into the fact that the CEO of the party, the Secretary General, the engine of the party, wouldn't be at the party's first national leadership's memorializing of Mama Winnie Madikizela-Mandela's legacy. It is a significant event, and I think the messages that the president gave here signal what he was trying to communicate about the internal ructions of the ANC.
All right then. Govan Wills, that's where we leave it. Thank you so much for coming to us.